All right, still to come. We may calm down a little bit here on the show.
I'm good.
You're good?
Straight.
Are you sure?
I wasn't minus 28 last night.
Alvin Williams will join us a little later on. We'll dissect, Game 3, Raptor Sixers.
Kelly Hrudey, one of our favorites. He gets horned just because he's awesome.
True.
Hey, I liked it. You guys are all fired up about the CFL. Canadians.
You understand this.
I do.
You're an Edmonton boy.
Yes,
They
and
rule
I
the
grew
roost
up
there.
Oh my gosh, I grew up idolizing the Edmonton Eskimos, and I remember I was about 12 years old, and they went to the Simpson Sears in Meadowlark Mall, and the running back Roy Bell was making an appearance, and I went with my best friend Jeff Marshall to Simpson Sears back in the day, and to get his autograph, and I got so darn nervous that I was too afraid to ask him for his autograph. That was my moment at about 12 years old with one of my people that I idolized.
I get that feeling every time we speak, Kelly.
Yes.
You make me nervous.
Same feeling.
I'm such a pro. I'm such a fan.
Oh, boy.
Great to talk to you. I think the Blue Jackets messed up last night, Kelly. Are the Bruins back in this?
Oh, they're in it. And I don't know if I'd say Columbus messed up. I just thought that the composure of the Bruins really stood out to me. I go back to the Leaf series when Boston was down 3-2. They had the Sunday afternoon game, and Boston brought their best game of the series. And so I was expecting a similar result last night. I have to tell you, I was really impressed with Boston as well, and Rask in particular. After the Panarin goal, which shouldn't have been allowed, that nobody lost their composure, their cool. You know, Bruce Cassidy was mad at the officials, and he should have been, but it didn't spread throughout the bench. And, I just thought that really told me a lot. I was wondering after Panarin scored if Columbus was able to strike again quickly. Now, in fairness, Rask made a couple of quick saves after that, and Rask in particular was strong when Boston, I didn't like their puck management. They gave up, 7 shorthanded chances, and that's not going to be good enough going into Game 5. But I thought that was a great game.
All right, how quickly do we change the rule 38.4 so that this doesn't happen in a game where that's a game-winning goal or, God forbid, in the Stanley Cup final?
Right. Well, it's a simple fix, right?
Yeah.
Like Elliot Friedman was sharing last night on the broadcast. Just get the Situation Room in Toronto to call down and say, hey, listen, that's not a goal. It wouldn't be a lengthy review. It wouldn't take 3-4 minutes. That would probably take, for them to view it in Toronto, 20 seconds, a 5-second phone call. So within a minute, you're back to playing again, and it should have been 2-0 at that point, and there's no reason why moving forward, nothing will happen this year, of course, but moving forward, they've got to change that. It's embarrassing for the league, really.
Yeah.
Avs and Sharks, Kelly, I don't know who has the upper hand here, but all I know is
Nathan MacKinnon.
Nathan MacKinnon has the best contract team-wise in hockey.
Wow.
Like, how much fun is he right now to watch?
Yeah, he's great. It was interesting yesterday, though, because I think to a certain degree he was getting a little frustrated in the first period. Elliot and Nick broke it down last night, what San Jose was doing in terms of coverage. But Bednar, there was a good clip early in the second period where he was talking to MacKinnon on the bench, and I think the conversation lasted something like 14 or 15 seconds, and it was something about getting into the gaps and movement, and all of a sudden he looked like a different player in the second and third periods, and he's going to be incredible to stop. I'm not really sure how you can stop him, but San Jose, at times they've done a wonderful job converging or swarming, however you want to talk about it, but also, the one thing about MacKinnon last night, I thought he got the upper hand on Brent Burns. Burns was doing a really good job. And all of a sudden, Burns, who's a world-class defenseman, didn't look that world-class later in the game. And there were moments where he has given up the puck, and he is reaching, and he is spinning, and all sorts of things that, you don't normally see from Brent Burns.
No, I would completely agree. Hey, listen, as a goaltender, what's the best part about what we're seeing from Curtis McElhinney?
Holy, I could go into great detail about him. The one thing I wish at some point he would share post playing days is how he was able to get the best out of himself under the most stressful situations. He wasn't the starting goalie coming in. The game in which he had to get in the net to replace Mrazek, I mean, the way, the mental toughness. He reminds me to a certain degree about Chris Osgood. Osgood, I saw better goalies in my life, but, they rise to the occasion. People are somewhat dismissive towards them. McElhinney had to completely rebuild his game when he left Columbus because of an injury issue. And, you know, he's this total underdog that, total respect from all of us. I love watching this guy. I hope, like I said, he writes a book and shares for all young goaltenders how to get the best out of yourself when you're not the best goalie I've ever seen.
Yeah, and the calls aren't as frequent as some of the other goalies in the league.
Yeah.
Let me ask you, Kelly Hrudey, now that I know that you played a little high school football, I knew you had a little mean streak in you. You were a linebacker back in the day. If someone tapped you on the top of the head after a goal went behind Kelly Hrudey in his playing days, what would Kelly Hrudey have done?
Well, it was a different era, so most likely I would have chased him behind the net and made my feelings known, and so there would have been a few blocker punches and so on. That was so disrespectful. There's no room for that in our game. That should have been an unsportsmanlike penalty, not kicked out of the game or anything like that ridiculous, but that was such an important moment in the game. So the Islanders tie it 2-2. If the officials would have noticed that, why would you be looking for it in the first place? But that could have been a power play immediately after that for Carolina. That's inexcusable.
Yeah. Blocker, maybe the stick.
Oh, yeah.
In the right spot.
I'm fine with all of it.
Yeah.